The third chapter of Blue Box, titled Pretending to be a Stranger, delves deeper into the complexities of Taiki Inomata and Chinatsu Kano's cohabitation, exploring the tension between secrecy and honesty as their relationship evolves under the scrutiny of peers and personal insecurities. The chapter opens with Taiki attempting to maintain his rigorous badminton training schedule during spring break, determined to qualify for nationals despite the distractions of living with Chinatsu. His internal struggle is immediately apparent. While he practices early mornings to avoid her, his mind remains hyper-aware of her presence, leading to comedic overreactions when they cross paths. A casual exchange, Chinatsu handing him his forgotten wallet at school, spirals into a public spectacle, forcing Taiki to awkwardly pretend they're strangers to avoid suspicion. This act of feigned indifference wounds Chinatsu, who misinterprets his behavior as shame about their living arrangement, setting off a chain of misunderstandings that drive the chapter's emotional core. The narrative thrives on the friction between Taiki's anxiety and Chinatsu's quiet resilience. Taiki's friends, particularly Hina Kano from the rhythmic gymnastics team, add levity while probing his guarded demeanor. Hina's teasing speculation about Taiki's secret girlfriend escalates when she notices his flustered reactions, leading to exaggerated rumors among their peers. These interactions underscore the social minefield Taiki navigates. His desire to protect Chinatsu's reputation clashes with his fear of alienating her. A pivotal scene unfolds when Hina confronts Taiki about his evasiveness, bluntly suggesting that his secrecy might make Chinatsu feel like a burden. This critique forces Taiki to confront his own immaturity, realizing that his attempts to protect Chinatsu have instead isolated her. The chapter skillfully contrasts Taiki's overthinking with Chinatsu's pragmatic approach. She initially plays along with his charade of distance, but later confronts him privately, revealing her own discomfort with the pretense. Their heartfelt conversation marks a turning point. Chinatsu admits she assumed Taiki wanted to hide their cohabitation to avoid complicating his crush on Hina, a misunderstanding that highlights her vulnerability beneath her composed exterior. Taiki, mortified by the misinterpretation, clarifies that his actions stemmed from fear of gossip harming her reputation, not his own. This moment of mutual vulnerability bridges their emotional gap, with Chinatsu acknowledging his good intentions while gently chiding him for underestimating her resilience. The resolution is both tender and humorous. Chinatsu teases Taiki for his melodramatic secrecy, and he, in turn, vows to be more transparent, even as he internally vows to sleep in the shed, if necessary to avoid further misunderstandings. Their dynamic shifts from awkward coexistence to tentative partnership, rooted in mutual respect and a shared commitment to their athletic goals. The chapter also deepens the exploration of societal pressures faced by teenage athletes. Taiki's coach praises his improved performance, attributing it to newfound focus, unaware that this focus is fueled by a mix of romantic tension and guilt. Similarly, Chinatsu's dedication to basketball is juxtaposed with her quiet sacrifices, practicing alone during breaks, analyzing game footage to refine her skills, revealing the loneliness that accompanies her ambition. A poignant scene where Taiki observes Chinatsu reviewing her practice recordings underscores their parallel journeys. Both critique their performances mercilessly, driven by a fear of inadequacy. This shared vulnerability fosters empathy between them, moving their relationship beyond superficial admiration into a space of genuine camaraderie. Symbolism continues to play a key role, particularly through the motif of pretending. Taiki's forced indifference in public mirrors his earlier idolization of Chinatsu from afar. Both are acts of emotional distancing. The chapter's title, Pretending to be a Stranger, thus reflects not only Taiki's actions, but also the broader theme of how societal expectations force teenagers to mask their true selves. The resolution, where Taiki and Chinatsu agree to stop pretending, signals their growth toward authenticity, even as they acknowledge the challenges ahead. Humor remains a vital counterbalance to the story's emotional weight. Taiki's exaggerated internal monologues, imagining worst-case scenarios where their secret is exposed, contrast with Chinatsu's deadpan reactions, creating a dynamic ripe with comedic potential. A standout moment involves Hina's relentless teasing about Taiki's secret romance, which spirals into absurd rumors among their peers, showcasing the series' knack for blending slapstick humor with relatable adolescent awkwardness. Even minor interactions, like Taiki's panicked attempt to deflect Hina's questions about his living situation, are infused with a lighthearted charm that prevents the narrative from becoming overly somber. The chapter concludes on a note of cautious optimism. Taiki and Chinatsu's agreement to navigate their cohabitation more honestly sets the stage for future growth, both personally and athletically. However, lingering doubts remain. Taiki's late-night training sessions, fueled by a mix of determination and lingering anxiety, hint at the ongoing pressure to prove himself. The final panels, where Chinatsu laughs off Taiki's melodramatic vow to sleep in the shed, encapsulate their evolving dynamic. She recognizes his earnestness, but refuses to let him martyr himself, a subtle shift toward equality in their relationship. Throughout the chapter, Kuji Miura masterfully balances character development with thematic depth. Taiki's journey from self-conscious overthinker to someone capable of honest communication mirrors Chinatsu's gradual willingness to reveal her insecurities. The exploration of secrecy versus transparency resonates universally, reflecting the universal teenage struggle to balance personal desires with external expectations. By grounding these themes in the specific context of competitive sports and cohabitation, Blue Box crafts a narrative that is both uniquely engaging and broadly relatable. As the story progresses, the stage is set for deeper exploration of Taiki and Chinatsu's partnership, how their mutual support will influence their athletic careers, and whether their growing emotional intimacy can withstand the pressures of secrecy and societal scrutiny. With its deft blend of humor, heart, and nuanced character dynamics, Chapter 3 solidifies Blue Box as a compelling exploration of adolescence, ambition, and the courage to embrace vulnerability in pursuit of connection.